Welcome to GearCheckGames. This is part 22 of our commentary for The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. Last time, we made our way through the Forsaken Fortress and rescued our sister at long last, but for some reason, this Master Sword wasn't able to kill Ganondorf. Luckily, we escaped and made our way back down here to Hyrule. By the way, we're past it, but I love that pose Link does while he's waiting for Tetra to wake up. He's like... He had some time to think about that pose, clearly. So here we are back in, the mysterious kingdom beneath the waves, and that string is clearly... Well, it was clearly clipping through Tetra's face, but...
Wait,
what are you gonna do?
How did she get down here?
Same way you got down here.
Yeah.
In the boat.
The boat.
Wait, she rode down here on the King of Red Lions?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in the boat with you.
Oh.
Unfortunately, getting out is going to be a problem because Tetra's AI is not the best.
Tetra, what are you doing?
In this short section.
Oof.
Okay, there is clearly plenty of room there. Come on, game.
So she like beelines to you then?
Yeah, she's basically just like magnetized like directly towards you.
Oh, God. Oh wait, do the monsters respawn?
Thankfully, no.
Oh god.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awful if this resulted in like an escort mission.
Yeah. I would love to. I don't know if she says it or anything, but I would love like if Tetra, whatever her name is, started talking about all the. Oh yeah, that's her crew. Started talking about all the relics.
What are you talking about? That's just a random collection of royal family members or advisors or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like the janitor up on the wall there.
It's Boss Faramus Rome.
He's wearing a hazard suit.
I can't let these peasants touch my pristine skin.
So which king has the better name, this one or the Breath of the Wild king?
What's this king's name?
Daphnis Nohansen Hyrule.
Daphnis. Can you imagine him and Daphne from Scooby-Doo's like outfit?
Daphnis?
Can you just imagine the mystery gang, but Daphne's replaced by the King of Hyrule?
The King of Hyrule. I have a feeling there'd be a lot less romantic tension in that show.
There'd be less room in the van.
All I'd have to do is take off his coat. I doubt that's all, like, girth.
It's all floof.
Shaggy, you and Scooby go check out the basement. Velma, Daphne's, and I'll check out the bedroom.
Somebody needs to make that
Daphne's is just standing there like, alright, whatever you say, Fred.
Subtle Fred. Oh yeah, here we get a nice, well, we've been hearing a nice remix of the Link to the Past Hyrule Castle theme throughout this mysterious castle. But here we get a particularly cool one with like the horns.
He's here because he got unfrozen, right?
Well, no, he's been talking through the King of Red Lions the whole time. He just hasn't, like, revealed his, like, form to Link yet. Yeah, this is the guy who's been guiding us. He's been basically using the boat as a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Also, I like that the Ganon and the stained glass window, it actually resembles his design from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Like, it acknowledges that game had, like, a different look to it, which is kind of neat.
They really are at their like last end on this quest because like they had to resort to using children to fight this calamity again.
Well, they did in Ocarina as well,
Oh,
but
that's
like
true.
at least in that one they had the decency to like seal him away until he was like physically an adult.
At least in that game they had the decency to seal him away for 7 years and steal away his childhood.
Oh man, have I
Never mind.
On any of these parts, have I talked about my theory about what happens while he's frozen for 7 years?
In Ocarina?
Yeah.
On the record, I don't know.
I don't believe so.
Not to talk over this really crucial scene, but oh, they go together.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Remember A Link to the Past.
Trapezoids!
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Wait a second, you mean to tell me that this triangle I've been carrying around is actually a bigger triangle?
Look at the triangles!
Yeah, we get those crucial plot reveals.
Yeah.
So crucial, in fact, that they seem to be inhibiting my ability to speak.
Yeah, I like how the part that she was carrying around was like... it was the part that's still just clearly recognizable as a piece of the Triforce, and not the other part that could be, like, mistaken for something else.
Yeah. I feel like they took the whole, like, Tetra being the descendant of Zelda kind of a little too literally here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it works visually just to kind of illustrate to the audience that she's, like, descended from Zelda. But, like, the king, if you think about it, the king had to, like, magically, like, change her clothes and her hair and her eye color and her, well, not her eye color, but, like, her skin color, too. Like, she took all the...
It took her
was
tan
actually
away.
all the UV rays out.
It actually wasn't a tan, it was just that pirate dirt.
She was dirty the entire time.
Pirates are not a clean folk.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going onto her boat and just like the smell wafting up from like the bottom decks is like it's like
no,
sweat
thank you.
and rum
And salt.
Yeah.
Lots of salt.
Wait a minute, there wasn't an alcohol warning in the ESRB rating for this game.
Gunpowder.
They were
So yeah, unfortunately, Tetra, who has shown herself to be very
he's
competent as an adventurer up until this point,
Yeah.
has to sit out most of the rest of the game hiding in this room
Yeah.
with no food or, well, okay, I guess there's like sewer water around the
While the
pedestal,
king
but like,
instant transmissions up the stairs and out of the room.
He's actually Goku.
one day, Zelda, I shall teach you this trick.
Yeah.
All we Hylians can do it.
You see, it's passed down through the royal family.
Oh, I like this flute version of the song. This is good.
I think they could have chosen a better sample for it. It doesn't sound quite as good to me as the ocarina version.
Oh, he's leaving there all by herself.
It's all good, man.
She just looks like she's so, like, just dumbfounded by events. Like, what is going on?
She's like,
Can I have my clothes back?
where are my pants? Oh wait, what? We're locking her in there?
Yep.
Yeah, like, we seal the entrance. She cannot escape.
Well,
So Ganon can't get her. Yeah. Don't worry, we'll save the day before she runs out of oxygen.
Well, Zelda, we powered up the Master Sword, we saved the sages, and we found the Triforce. Oh, you're a skeleton.
oh.
Well,
Oh, you gotta go find the Sages. The Sadducees.
yeah, there's only 2 of them in this game. You know, for reasons completely unrelated to time constraints.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if, like, they were alluding with all those stained glasses and the sword chamber that there were going to be more sages and more temples.
Well, no, because those are just the sages from Ocarina.
Hey, Ocarina.
Yeah,
Hey, I said it right this time.
Well,
Bravo.
kind of,
I'm
maybe.
learning.
Like, there was definitely cut dungeons, or dungeons in this game, but I highly doubt it was, like, 6 more dungeons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I apologize for, you know, if all the sailing we've been doing lately has been boring to watch, but I'm trying to represent the game, like, as accurately as possible. Like, they really did bank on, like, the overworld in this game, like, filling up the time that the missing dungeons would have. And I think that's part of why this game is really divisive with people, because it all kind of hinges on whether or not the overworld concept lands for you. Like, if you're not into sailing, which, you know, totally valid if you aren't, it does have its issues, then chances are you're not gonna stick with this game. But thankfully it clicked with me. Thankfully I didn't come into this game with, like, a lot of the Zelda baggage that a lot of other people did.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that as a negative, you know, you just grew up with different games, had a different idea of what the series was supposed to be. Oh. And this game kind of deviated from that. Anywho, this island right here, Mother and Child Isles, you actually cannot sail into this area. You have to use the Ballad of Gales to warp here, because it's surrounded by this giant wall.
Yeah.
And here we get to meet the Queen of Fairies.
Or if you pack a lot of stamina recovery items, then you can just climb up the wall.
Dan, it wasn't 2017 yet.
Oh, she's a little child.
Oh no, it's Fi.
Oh, she does look like Fi, doesn't she?
Uh-huh, yeah, baby
Little
Fi.
boy.
You're one to talk.
Oh, she's holding a doll.
I like this creepy Great Fairy theme.
I like the morbid-looking stitches around her arms. Of the doll, that is. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's Screaming Mantis.
She's this kind of fairy. Oh yeah. Laugh with me, Link. Oh, wait, wrong one, sorry.
No, that was the right one, I think. Oh wait, no, that was Laughing Octopus. Screaming Mantis just screamed.
No, Dan, they're all the same character. It works. Don't think about it.
Alright.
So yeah, fire and ice arrows.
You mean Kyrie's inside me?
Oh god. Just adds a bit to the creepiness.
Let's put that off as long as possible.
Oh, are these arrows like that old McDonald's sandwich that you got? That like they came
I don't know, but this shot, I love this shot. King looks kind of disapprovingly at it, like, Link, remember the mission. Little moments like that, like, man, this art style was such a good choice.
What did she say to him for him to look at him?
She thinks he's her type.
Oh gosh.
Which leads us into Bad Zelda. Oh man. You know, it's probably not... I never thought I'd be bringing up Bad Zelda on GCG, and I probably should not elaborate. I'll just leave it at that.
Your co-commentators, thank you. At least we warned them.
I like this aesthetic.
Oh yeah, this is a nice looking area. It's too bad there's not more.
Oh, that's like the only...
It would have been nice to explore like a whole island like this.
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of the mountain where the forest spirit lives in Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, that like autumn like aesthetic they've got going.
Yeah, just kind of like this isolated or this secluded forest with like a canopy and like a big old pond with a glow.
There's a DLC treasure there. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is there?
I don't know if it's one of Tingle's or if it's one of the Shadow Armor pieces.
Huh.
Well, no doubt it's something that's very useful by the point in the game at which most people purchase the DLC.
Okay, Tingle's outfit is useless, but the Shadow Armor ups your attack.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, if you put all three pieces of the Shadow Armor, it gives you the same bonuses as the Lionel gear.
Oh, nice.
You just no go-go boots, unfortunately.
No go-go boots.
Anywho, now that we've got the Skull Hammer and we've got these two new kinds of arrows that we're going to be using, it's time to visit the two remaining fairy islands because there are bonuses we can get there for our quiver. Don't get sidetracked, Joe. I know it's tempting.
Don't do it.
No.
Just go like this. So,
Gotcha.
Are the fire and ice arrows, are they colloquially called the Todoroki arrows?
Ha!
They can be.
That's a reference I get.
Right. That's for all you Boku no Hero fans out there. All two of you.
Yep. And then at the end of the game, we get the Aoyama arrows.
I like that the fish is just now telling us, like, you know those joy pendant things? Those are going to be important later. Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh!
You're welcome.
Is that a rhinoceros beetle? I'll buy it from you.
I'll buy it at a high price.
No, that's a blue choo-choo.
Eat him. Can you imagine him just like sticking his head on the ground and sucking it up with like a straw? Delicious. It's like...
Can you imagine?
It's like blue raspberry.
It's like the pill
Lovely.
bugs in Emperor's New Groove.
Oh god.
That restaurant.
Home of the mug of meat.
Man, I was
Classic
just imagining Beetle in a trench coat in Resident Evil 4.
What are you buying?
He's just wander into this dingy old, like, bloody, water-damaged stone cell, and Beetle's in there wearing a trench coat and, like, a mask, and it's just like, oh!
No, but it plays the exact same music from Wind Waker. Like, as you get closer to him, it gets louder.
In any other setting, Beetle would be extremely frightening to see. Like, he's an odd, sketchy-looking guy.
What do you mean in any other setting? Are you implying that he's not already extremely frightening?
I feel like he's like...
What are you talking about, man? Beetle just, like, one look at him and I am completely at ease.
Oh, this is the yellow fairy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they really, in the HD version, they really accentuated, like, the different colors in the fairy fountains. Yeah. Nice touch.
Yeah.
I guess.
I didn't even know they had different colors, so I guess that goes to show how, not very prominent the colors were in the original.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, this like we've touched on before, this, the graphical changes in the Wii U version are kind of weird because... On the one hand, like, they improve some stuff, but on the other hand, like, I've been noticing, as I've been editing thumbnails, or trying to come up with thumbnails lately, I feel like this game kind of has, like, less contrast than the original game did. Because, like, a lot of the, you know, I'll have a shot that, like, oh, that'll be great for the thumbnail, and then I actually see it, and it's like, oh, it's like an enemy that's, like, the room is so hazy that the enemy or the character is, like, blending into the background, and it looks nowhere near as cool as I thought it was going to.
Yeah. Well, bloom and soft lighting will do that to you. Really,
yeah.
It makes the contrast take a hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine that kind of, like, brought up the brightness on a lot of things without bringing down the darkness on other things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just, we're passing one of the Triangle Islands right now, so to get to this fairy island, I think the fastest way to get there is just to sail east from, Tower of the Gods.
So the Tower of the Gods, was it built during the time? It must have been built after Ocarina. Like, on top of Hyrule.
Or maybe before, I don't know, maybe the gods have, like... You might say, godlike foresight.
Boycott C platforms.
Those dang C platforms.
Oh man,
they can't be trusted. They'll sucker you in with the promise of treasure charts and heart pieces, and they'll just leave you out in the cold.
You're gonna have to teach me how to do that. That was fantastic.
You know what the real killer for the C platforms is? And I guess also kind of the octopi and stuff, is that you get maps to show you where they are, but it doesn't check off which ones you've gotten already.
Yeah, that bugs me.
Another letter?
Which, like, I guess you can just do that yourself, but, like, at the same time, at that point you might as well just draw your own map.
Well, and, like, the ocean is so big and so much of the content is repeated that it's kind of hard to, like, remember where the ones are that you've interacted with. Like, I cut them out in this part, but, like, some of these platforms, like, have treasure chests that I've already opened. Like, there's one, like, on the way that I've already been to. But I checked it anyway.
You know, it was
boy, it was worth it.
A fantastic addition to the Wind Waker formula, quote unquote formula, and one of the things that actually excited me most about Phantom Hourglass, which was being able to write on your map.
Oh yeah, that was a great feature.
And like making puzzles and stuff based more around the expectancy that the player will like have to remember things like positionally more.
You know, that's true, but I also find, like, in going back to Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks that, you know, both use that system, they kind of use it as a crutch for some of the puzzles. Like, a lot of times the puzzle will just be, like, go to this point in the level and learn, like, the order you're supposed to hit these switches in, write it on your map. And
there
then,
are definitely some
I mean, it's
lame
nice
puzzles.
that you can, like, you know, if they're gonna have a puzzle like that, it's nice that they cut out the middleman and let you just like write that on your in-game map. But it still isn't much of a puzzle, really.
Yeah, there were a lot of like lame uses of it, but also some cool uses. And then there was some where it was like you had to locate different points on an island or something, and then it said like it would be there would be a treasure like where all the points intersect. So you had to like draw an X between
lines.
them. And there was one part to get like a master ore or something, whatever it was called in that game. I think you needed like materials to upgrade the sword, but they each had their own like names, and they weren't just called master ore.
Yeah, I played Spirit Tracks for the first time about a year ago. I know exactly what you're talking about, and that part took me an inordinately long amount of time.
Yeah, it took me forever because like I found all the points just fine, but like
the exact point where they intersect, because like you can't draw a perfectly straight line.
Yeah, there's no straight line tool, so
Oh no.
Well, hey!
But yeah, I liked the whole map thing because you could like mark off stuff that you've already found for like collectors, and mark things that you'll need to come back to later with a different item. That was really useful.
So, we got a letter earlier from your sister. How she said that she had been chilling with the pirates, and that that they were like paying her and stuff. I like to imagine at the end of the game, when everything's said and done and the world's at ease, like you go to the pirate ship to get your sister back, and she's like, "I'm not going back. Part of the crew, part of the ship."
Come back and she's just all decked out in pirate gear. She's got a hook hand
and tats,
peg leg.
They actually amputated them. It was great.
Well, I guess the characters in this game already have peg legs, pretty much.
Aw.
It's like those Fire Emblem kids.
To get a little bit ahead, when you do see Ariel at the end, she's wearing a different dress than she was.
Oh yeah, that was neat.
Yeah, she's wearing like a red dress with like a pirate skull on it.
Yes.
And one of the changes on the second playthrough is that she actually starts the game in that dress.
Oh.
And will have it for the whole duration instead of her normal like blue outfit.
So both her and Link, if you do
have
the
different
blue
clothes,
shirt, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's another DLC shirt you can get in Breath of the Wild. You can get the crab shirt.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
It makes it gives you 1 level of heat resistance.
That's cool.
To protect you against all that deadly bloom.
Yeah.
So this island right here, Fire Mountain, as you can see, we're on a time limit before the ice arrow we fired into the mountain unfreeze. Okay, first of all, that didn't make any sense. Like, we froze the mountain by shooting like the fire spewing out of the top that's like already outside.
Yeah, that's not how fire works, but okay. I guess it is magic, so you can conceivably just hand wave it.
Anywho, we got plenty of time to get this done.
It is a good thing your old family heirloom can't burn up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they don't. They actually don't acknowledge that in this game, but like in Ocarina of Time and Majora. Okay, specifically in Ocarina, because that was the only one where you had a wooden shield. That and Twilight Princess. Fire attacks would like make your shield disintegrate, and you would either have to find a new one or buy a new one.
Yeah, I feel like that was also in Skyward Sword. Which Skyward Sword did something real interesting, I thought, which was that you had, well.
That face is just adorable. I had to show it off.
You had.
Anywho, Dan, put a pin in that and try to remember that because we're coming up on the end here.
Oh, right, the end.
Sorry, man.
Whoops.
To the stars.
Alright, well, next time we'll talk about Skyward Sword for like a half a minute or something, I guess.
Hopefully. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Peace.